Hidden hazards, clearing out toxins in the home. Some hazards in the home are easy to see, like a loose electrical socket or torn carpet on the stairs, but others are harder to spot, and some are invisible in the very air you breathe. These include lead, mold, and radon. But there are ways you can find and fix these unseen hazards. Learning about possible toxins in your home may be concerning, but knowledge can help you take action. Getting the lead out. Lead is a naturally occurring metal. It's used to make many products, like car batteries, but it doesn't belong in your body. It causes damage to the brain and nervous system. Lead exposure is especially dangerous for children. There is no safe level of lead in the bloodstream. Lead exposure causes problems with thinking, learning, and memory, says Dr. Amin Chen, an environmental health researcher at the University of Pennsylvania. This can affect how well children do in school. It's also linked with attention problems and hyperactivity, he explains. These effects aren't just found with high levels of lead. Even at lower levels, which are more common in children, you see some of these associations, Chen says. Lead used to be added to gasoline and paint. These uses are no longer permitted, but paint lasts in homes for a long time. If you live in a house built before 1978, it likely has lead paint somewhere. If older paint isn't chipping or peeling, it's not likely to create lead dust, says Chen. But paint can sometimes get damaged where you might not see it. Such areas include door frames and window sashes, Chen explains. Paint on the outside of a house can also chip and fall into the dirt where kids play. Lead can get into drinking water through old lead pipes, faucets, and fixtures too. Find out how to test for lead in paint, dust, and drinking water. Testing for lead is especially important for younger children, up to the age of 6, Chen explains. Your healthcare provider can check with a simple blood test. If your child has very high blood levels of lead, your healthcare provider can advise on whether they need to be treated and how. You will also need to have the lead source cleaned up by a certified professional. Water and mold. If you've ever left a loaf of bread or piece of fruit out too long, you've likely seen mold grow. Most types of mold are harmless, but some can be dangerous. They can produce compounds that trigger allergies or asthma attacks. Mold can grow in buildings when water gets in. In urban communities, it's often poor ventilation in the bathroom or a leak in another apartment. And if you live somewhere with high outdoor humidity, that makes it harder to dry things out inside the home. Sometimes you can see mold on walls or other surfaces. Other times, such as with a leak behind the walls, you may just smell it. You can clean small areas of mold growth, less than 3 feet by 3 feet yourself, but take precautions not to breathe in the mold. Wear an N95 mask and goggles. Use warm soapy water and towels you can throw away. Radon on the radar. You likely know that smoking cigarettes is one cause of lung cancer, but cigarettes aren't the only toxin that increases that risk. An odorless, colorless, radioactive gas called radon can cause lung cancer too. Radon gas is found naturally in nearly all types of rock in all parts of the country. It's a risk if it gets inside. It can seep through cracks in floors, walls, and the foundations of homes and other buildings. Even buildings without basements can have dangerous levels of radon. Exposure to radon gas is most harmful to people who also smoke tobacco, but breathing radon is really dangerous for everyone. There is no risk-free level of radon. Low-cost and free tests can measure radon levels in the home. If levels are high, a certified radon professional can vent it outside to make the home safe again. This process is called radon mitigation.